Scorpio. Yes. Hey, everybody. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco Night tonight. Coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, and happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. And happy birthday to one of my late grandmothers. Today would have been her birthday. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. With her Creole self. Yes. Any chew. So to all the Virgos, we are waving at you, Virgos. Hey, girl. Hey, boy. We waving at y'all. Anyway, I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So, you get a smooch. You get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch. I hope today has been a wonderful day for you guys and everything because it is Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday. I played that song, y'all. Y'all know I'm an old school lover. I'm also a skate person. So, I remember dancing on that, skating on that as well. Man, really turn up them reels on that song. But then when I was a part of a dance company, we used to break dance and stuff and everything. We used to be spinning on our backs and all that. I be thinking about some of the stuff I did when I was younger, and I'm like, no wonder I got arthritis very bad. Cause when I was younger, I ain't let a beat stop me from dancing. If I liked that beat, I danced until I couldn't dance no more. Okay, I skated until I couldn't skate no more. So now that I'm up in age, it's like, oh, my body be like, girl. Shoot, you walking a little bit too fast. I'm gonna need you to slow down, okay? Because I forgot you. Hey, Papa Boo. Anywho, moving on. What's up, Shara King Black? What's up, Boo? Hey, Jay. Hey, Sarita. Hey, love. Hey, y'all. Smooches to y'all. Smooch, 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 and smooch. Now, earlier today, I was supposed to come on, but I forgot these people were coming. Well, put it like this. I knew they were coming to look at my plumbing, okay? Because when we flush the toilet, it will flush, but it would think a minute. And it's not good when your toilet think and see if it wants to flush, okay? If you will flush it and it go, then it'll go down. And that's not good. That's not good, okay? And then when you take a shower, all of a sudden, instead of the water going down, it starts backing up. Now we got some plumbing issues. I'm gonna need y'all to come on out because I am OCD, and that's offending me to the highest offense, okay? So by the time they got here, of course, the toilet was working perfectly. I was so mad. The toilet was working perfect. I mean, perfect. It ain't flushed like yet in a month. Okay. Anyway, but he said, but you're right. Your tub is stopped, backed up and everything. So he went in and he had to go get some stuff, and then he had to go get another thing because the thing he had was too big to go down in my drain. Yeah, it was a mess. But then on top of that, okay, he brought the other people to come and do my steps. Okay, my steps started crumbling after this winter that we had. Okay, I mean crumbling. Okay, like if you was to go, find some clump salt and touch it and it just fall. That's how my steps was. So now they broke all it up. I got, they redoing everything. They redoing my steps. I mean, when I tell y'all I looked out that door, I ain't have no steps. I'm like, okay. This is going to be interesting. And he explained to me what they're doing. So when it's done, I'll do a video and let y'all see, how my porch and steps and stuff is and everything. So, so with all that noise and stuff going on, y'all, I wouldn't have been able to. Thank you, boo. Thank you. I wouldn't have been able to hear y'all. I talked to y'all because y'all would have heard all that boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts. Whew, I digress. Anywho, we're going to move on because it's been some interesting stuff that's happened, y'all. I may not get to everything today because I don't want to be on here for Earls, okay? So to another light note, this is like a 1-minute video. This is just to give y'all something to smile at just in case you had a bad day. And if you didn't have a bad day and you had a good day, well, this is going to add to it. Lego. This is what we do here. This is what the 50 and older do here. We love to skate. Okay, we love to skate. So yeah, I'm still waiting to break my brand new ones open. All right. Here we go. We gon' roll till the wheels fall off. And girl, right there, that's my bestie. We've been best friends since we was 4 years old, y'all. That is my best friend, no lie. We've been best friends since we was 4 years old, and she's months older than me. But we used to go skating all the time, even when we both got married and everything. And she would call me, be like, "You rolling tonight? It's from 11 to 3." I'm like, "Girl." My husband like, "You know you going, go here." Here's some extra money because I know you're gonna stop and get you something to eat when you come out and all this and stuff, you know. And I'm like, yeah, girl, he put me out, you know. So she's like, yeah, man, put me out too, girl. Here I'm on my way, you know. But yes, and I can't wait to go next week. And then the following week is the Skaterama here. It's when 50 states come into Kentucky and they have like a 3-day nonstop situation. Yes. Okay. Yes. But anyway, let me get back to this. This is only 1 minute. Yes, I just wanted to share that with y'all. What's up, Kimberly Black Boo? Yes, I just wanted to share that with y'all. That is my boo. It is for real. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Like I said, we've been best friends since we was 4 years old. Me and her grandmother's birthday is the same day, and for a while, her grandmama couldn't stand me when I was younger, boy. She just used to be real hard on me. I don't know why, but she ended up saying, no, it's because I loved you and all this and stuff. I'm like, girl, hate me then. Hate me then, boo. If that was love, I'm going to need you to hate me. I'm going to need you to hate me. So, you know, yeah. Now, let me tell y'all what we found out here in Kentucky. Okay. In Kentucky. There was, and I was trying to find the paperwork. I might have to go on my friend. Y'all know she's a councilman. I might have to go on her page and get it because I'm looking on another page that I thought I saw on. And y'all, we found some trafficking young women here, as well as the house that they were in, and they got the men that was trafficking them. So we won, you know, but my friend Tammy was upset because she said, why ain't the news camera reported that? They reported everything else. Why ain't they reported that? And everybody's agreeing with her, you know, and everything. Like the stuff they should report, they don't. And I don't get that, but we know that the news is kind of jaded because millionaires and billionaires own the news. So, you know, if you put any stock, if you really want to know what's going on in the United States, you actually have to go to news across the country, like in a whole nother country, because they don't sugarcoat it. They tell everything that's going on in the United States. Okay, where we get it slated here, you know, we might get the truth, we might not, and all the things they tell you exactly. Okay, here it is. Yep, this was her page. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bring it up now. Hold on. I love that she's in this particular position. I do. I love it. I don't see nobody else, no other councilman come out and do none of the stuff. They even call her for people that ain't in the district she's not even a part of. Them people call her like, can you please come? Can you please come? You know, and all this and stuff. And she goes over there, you know, and she make a ruckus. And I think it's sad because, you know, where's the other council people? Just like when that girl got, you know, murdered on the bus stop and everything. She was out there, honey, talking with the cameras and everything. And then my sister's friend, they found her. I told y'all she was missing. My sister's friend, they found her like a half a block, a half a mile from her house, thrown in the woods. Okay. The police chief is going to come on and say her lifestyle is what caused her to lose her life. We didn't like it. We didn't like that. No, we called and was like, we want an apology. Tammy went on, was like, oh no, we need the chief of police to give us an apology and make a recount his statement and all this and stuff. So let me show y'all this. Here we go. Is that the one? Okay, yeah. Okay. She said, this is Councilman Tammy, my friend. She said, this stuff been happening now. Look up what sex offenders are near you and your child. Their bus stops. Put your zip code in the search bar and see how many live in houses, multiple of them in your district. Now let me rest. Good night. Talk about highlight. Okay, let me see. Talk about that highlight. Okay. And then here's all the streets and everything. Now, what's so bad about this, y'all? All of these streets right here, all of these streets right here is all in the West End. And the West End predominantly black. All these now, more people live in the West End than just black people. Okay, but most of the West End is all black. Okay, so this right here is in the West End as well. Okay, his victim was 5 years old. All right, here's some pictures. Police records and stuff, you know. So yeah. Another thing that so happened to happen in Kentucky. Okay, we're gonna talk about it real quick. Let me see. Let me get out of here. And you know, it don't take much for everybody to start a neighborhood watch or, you know, like she has asked ever since that bus stop thing happened with that woman trying to take her child to the bus stop. She has started uh the bus stop, adopt a bus stop. That's what it's called, adopt a bus stop. And every morning parents, men, really the men. I got to give it to the men here in Kentucky. I shout out to them. But parents and men, they all have adopted a bus stop that they go to every morning to make sure the kids get on the bus and everything safely. You know, like she said, it don't take a lot. It just take willing participants, you know? And so, yeah. Hold on. I'm bringing it up as we speak because I want y'all to see that. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where is it at? 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 Oh, well, let me do this one since I worked my way up to that one. Hold on, I'm coming, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm trying to entertain y'all. Ayo, ayo. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Let me pull this up. Sometimes you get lonely, lonely, lonely. Oh. Check this out. Y'all see this? DEA, Louisville, arrests 51 people allegedly, okay? That's why we got our allegedly floating through the bottom, tied to Mexico Sinaloa, not Canola, okay? Shout out to my nephew, but Sinaloa, okay, cartel. The DEA said law enforcement seized 133 firearms, nearly 9,000 counterfeit pills, and more than 78,000. Okay. Um, a recent week-long sweep across Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia. So if you in any of those places, baby, the cartel is here. Okay, the cartel is here. So it's unclear how many people were arrested in each state and if anyone was arrested in Louisville. But that's what they found, okay? So I've never heard of that cartel, which I don't know all the cartels if I know any. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but y'all do know that there was a video showing that our wonderful president allowed the cartel, I forgot which one, to come in. All they did was pay something to come into the United States, right? So, you know, Yeah. Anywho, next thing, here we go. So we gonna lighten it up a little bit. We're gonna lighten it up a lot of bit, not a little bit, a lot of bit. Hold on. Uh, I'll take a minute to reevaluate all of the things. Hold on. And shout out to Lady Nika because she's like me. She loves this lady. Hey yo, hey yo. Oh. Do y'all remember this? TC, did I speak to you? I hope I did, Sissy. I wasn't trying to. I just thought about that. I don't know if I spoke to you or not. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Still live here?
Yeah, unfortunately.
George, don't just stand there. Who is it? Oh, I see her. Never mind.
This is not a hard song to sing. We're just not doing it justice. Now, there's your problem right there. Your mouths are open and ain't nothing coming out. Now, I don't look that good. Well, maybe I do. Anyway, do you know who you are?
Well, I ain't Diana Ross.
Well, that's good, because I never listen to her.
Listen, they told me what you did for me at the beauty parlor today, and I just wanted to come by to say I thought it was beautiful. What? The tip you left for me, remember? I'm the lady with the green face that sat next to you today.
You wasn't. You was?
Uh-huh.
Lord, take me into your kingdom right now.
Listen, it was a nice thing to do. You should be proud of yourself. Really. I'm telling you. I mean, a lot of people would do things for me when they know who I am. But to you, I was just another woman with a vegetable on her face. But still, you treated me special. So, if that's the kind of person you are, then Florence, you are more than special. You're a superstar, girl. Well, here's your $1. And I'll give you another one if you'll just ask these people to stop firing those flashbulbs in my face.
Mr. Jefferson, please.
Please, why don't you dig yourself?
Y'all remember this, y'all?
What y'all doing? Rehearsing? Music?
Yes, this is a part of my church choir.
Oh, really? Oh, about what you said about my voice, about not being suited for the choir? I kind of like to check these things out for myself, you know. So, if it's all right, go? Yeah. Thank you. Let's go. Thank you. You kind of help me out if I get a little shaky. Yeah, go ahead, girl. Run with it.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.
Gonna lay down my burden
Down by the riverside, steady one no more.
Gonna lay down my sword and shield
Down by the riverside,
oh,
down by the riverside,
Gonna go
down by the riverside,
my sword and shield
down by the riverside, steady one no more.
I ain't go. I know that's right, y'all. I love some Gladys Knight, and I thought that would be nice to play that since she's going through what she's going through. We don't know whether to believe her or her son, what he's saying about his mother and her husband. A lot of times kids have their own reason for saying stuff. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying he's telling the truth. I'm just giving commentary, okay? Whew. All right. Before we go to the next thing, Yeah. Before we go to the next thing, I want to make you all aware of something. I hope you still collecting your pennies, okay? The older the better, all right? Also, I hope that you have gotten some form of a stock, especially if you can get one in another country, okay? Now, you have probably seen today or sometime this week the BRICS. Okay, what is BRICS? It's different countries that is coming together to make their power stronger than the dollar. The dollar has failed yet again. Okay, now once the dollar loses its power, y'all, we in trouble. Okay, we have dominated for years, for centuries. Okay, and God has to teach America something because we have forgotten who He is. Okay. So what's up, Sparkle baby? Hey Kim Bee Boo. BRICS is British, Russia, I want to say Iran, and China. Those are the initials BRIC, brick. Okay, S on it because it's more than one bricks. And they've all came up together to try to take down the United States in our buying power. Okay, um, so yeah, it's real out there. Okay, it's really real out there. No matter how much overtime and all the money you got now, and bluka bluka and bluka bluka. Okay, if the United States loses its power in the dollar, like if the dollar falls and everything else rises, we in trouble. Okay, so yeah. Some people, I make $10,000 a month. Good for you. Good for you. When it's all said and done, what are you doing with the money that you make? What are you doing with the money that you make? Are you stocked up? Just in case something happened, are you stocked up? Are you invested in something that no matter what happens, it'll still make a coin back? Or are you just getting the money and blowing it and spending it and getting high and getting drunk and just, you know, I always tell, hey, Beautiful. I always tell y'all, people always try to say I'm trying to be. I don't know why I can't just try to be like Creole. I mean, I don't know why it's a shame for me to be like Creole, but I got people to say, she's trying to be like, she's trying to be like. Okay, for my people that's new to me and the people in the back, and shout out to Jackie with the Q. She is a content creator. She is awesome. She has about, I think, 15,000 or whatever, close to 20,000 subbies and everything, like Jackie with the Q. Shout out to you, beautiful lady. Thank you so much. Also, y'all know my boo, okay? VT Hill with Safe Space. Y'all know I love me some VT, okay? I love me some VT. Shout out to him, okay? And I thank you guys for subbing to me. I saw that you subbed to me the other day, Jackie with the Q. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so, so much. I'll be over in your sky, okay? And everything, y'all. So, I wanted to say this. No matter, you know what? I always say this. Oh, let me get back to my story real quick. People always say I'm trying to be like this person, trying to be like that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, class. For the people in the back, for my new people, and for the people that may have forgotten. If I'm trying to be like anybody on YouTube outside of me, it would be who class? CJ So Cool, Bandman Cabo. Them two and them two only. Because of their money, the money they've made on here and off of here, and the money they still making. So if I'm gonna pattern anybody, I'm gonna pattern the best. It'll be CJ So Cool. Okay, y'all can look him up and everything. CJ So Cool. Okay, and Bandman Cavo. All right, don't get it twisted. Other than that, I ain't. I'm gonna be Creole with their money and do with that money a little bit more than what they've done. See, you learn and you build upon people. You learn. And I seen how CJ So Cool was a dealer in Vegas. After he came from the Navy, he became a dealer in Vegas. And then his brother put him in front of the camera with him. His little brother was the one that was on YouTube. He wasn't. And the people liked him so much that his brother said, you need to start your own channel. And CJ So Cool started his own channel, and the rest is history. Okay. So, yeah. And I'm talking, this man got stacks on racks. Okay. And he's done different things with his money. He's invested different things with his money and all of this and stuff. Okay. So Bandman Cabo, he came from nothing to something. He started teaching about credit and how to do this, and this. And he's got businesses and he's got investments and all this. And he still teach about credit. And y'all know I used to teach about credit, you know. And the millionaire that I'm bringing over here, hopefully it'll be this week. If not, it's going to be on a Friday, y'all. We both agreed to that. If it's not going to be this Friday, it'll be next Friday. She's coming back to talk to you all about your coinage and how to invest or whatever with your coinage, okay? So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Michelle's daughter, hey, Love Muffin. So, yeah, okay, so y'all can go check him out. CJ So Cool, Bandman Capo, them the two. So if y'all hear anybody say, "Oh, she's trying to be like," say, "No, she ain't." We already know who she trying to be like. She trying to be like CJ So Cool and Bandman Capo. If you say that, you my people. Because other than that, what we do over here in the Butterfly Queendom, we drink our water and mind our business, boo. That's what we do. We don't, you know, whatever goes on, a lot of times we don't know. People have to tell us because we're too busy drinking our water and mind our business because that's important. Okay. That's very much important. All right. That's something we gotta do. All right. Let me see if I ever saw the channel, I would talk about home fragrances. I know it sounds boring. No, you do what's good for you, boo. You do what's good for you. It's funny. Michelle's daughter, it's funny because I was told that the stuff I was talking about didn't nobody want to hear. And it's mighty funny that the big people now are talking about the same stuff I'm talking about. And people are supporting them. So you got to be confident in what you talk about. It's one thing, like I said, Ronnie Q, shout out to her. Shout out to Brianna Simone Pettyville. Shout out to Sean Bradley. Of course, y'all know my Bama girl. Don't even play with her. Who else? Real Mamas, Real Problems. That's my boo as well. All of them gave me advice. And everybody basically said the same thing to me. Stay consistent and do you. Everybody, believe it or not, it was funny. And that's what I've been doing it. Like I told them, I can only be the best me I can be. They said, stay consistent and do you. At that time, your people will find you. The people that want to support you and all this stuff, they'll find you. And that's all I do. I just stay consistent and do me. Because I have more people that go back and look at my videos. And some people don't drop down, but they be up in the sky. And I appreciate that because a lot of people don't like to drop down. And I get it. I do. I get it, you know, and everything. So, yeah, it's whatever you like. Do what you are comfortable. Right. Like the Ham Show. He just plays his creative music. That's all he do over is play his creative music. You know, and it's people that like that. So they come over there and they listen. You know what I'm saying? You know. So it's just funny to me. Like when I hear people say, you know, this person was talking about the herb that helps your chest and everything, I'd be cracking up because I know for a fact, I know for myself, okay? I know for a fact that, you know, I was crucified for talking about stuff like that. And now y'all support it. Really? It just trips me out. You know, and the little clips I be doing, touching up on some stuff y'all may not know. People was like, don't nobody want to see all that. Now they doing it. They was doing something totally different. Now they doing it. It just blows my mind. I'd be like, wow, okay. Anywho, do what you do. Everyone here is not about the mess and the shade. I want peace. You know what? I keep telling people, watch what you eat because you become what you eat. For real. And, I think some of us, I can't, you know what? I used to stand on this blanket statement. Those of us 50 and above, we too mature, we on blah, blah. But I've seen different. I've seen different. And yeah, I be sitting there like they cannot be my age. They cannot be my age. You know, so I can't even say that as far as the age is concerned. It's the mentality, it's things that you go through. Um, like I said, the one thing, like my grandkids, honey, they on YouTube now. You hear me? And all I need for them to do is click on my page and be like, oh, Nana. Uh-uh. What you see on her is what you see out for her. I want them to be just as proud of their Nana out for her as they would if they pull me up and I'm on her. Now, my grandkids will tell you one thing Nana gonna do is talk about God. She talk about God to anybody everywhere. That everywhere. I was talking to them because I got two of them that just went to college last week. They freshmen in college, two different colleges. And when I text them and said, love you, how's it going? Don't put your cup down and pick it back up. You can't trust people like it. And remember to put God first and read this scripture and gave them all time. That's their Nana. If I did anything different, they would be like, what's wrong with Nana? It ain't her. Because Nana always got a scripture. Always. Always. And I love the fact that my grandkids know me like that. That granny's gonna always have I'm the scripture granny. Okay. I give them life things as well as scripture. Because when it's all said and done, we all need God. Get into it. Moving on. I wanted to say I told you all, if you go back and listen to my prophetic word, I told you guys that the the orange person, him, that he was battling health issues. Remember, I said it in 2024. And I said, people are going to cover it up until they can't. Pay attention. Pay attention. Believe 10% of what you see. Okay? Believe 10% of what you see. Challenge it. Challenge it in your mind. Pray out things. Okay? Because I'm telling you, something's about to happen. And it's going to shift it. I'm going to say the next 18 months, some things, it's going to shift. It's going to be wow. And I told you guys that this year was the year of the shaking. I said the weather's going to be crazy. I said anything that can be shook will be shook in 2025. I said, I wish I could show y'all what I see, but I don't want to scare y'all. Okay? I said, because I'm praying it. I'm praying that God intervene. Anybody who's been following me for a while, y'all know that's the word that I gave. Okay. I said from the White House to the outhouse. I said from the church house to the entertainment. I said everything gonna be shaken. Some of your faves is gonna be exposed. It's gonna be shaken. I said we're gonna see earthquakes. We're gonna see more people going in and pounding in major places, the Walmarts and all of this and stuff. I told y'all that. That's why I tell you all the time. I said, pray before you go anywhere. And now, those of you who all don't believe in it, I'm not talking to you. So you don't have to get mad at me. This is a station for everybody. You don't have to get mad at me, but I do. I'm a believer. Okay, call me foolish, but I'm a believer. All right. So anyway, right, Kim B. I just read your last one, and I'll be like, we cannot be the same age. I think we the age in numbers, but not in mentality. I think there's a lot of things. Some of us are the age in numbers, but in life experiences and things we're not. Some people grow from experiences and some people get stuck. and stay in a child's mindset, you know, a teenager's mindset, instead of dealing with life and different situations. As an adult, as a 50-something-year-old adult, a lot of people get stuck and stagnant, and they stay in the 15s and 18 and 22. What used to look cute back when you were 20 something don't look cute when you 50 something. Let me be the first to say it. Okay. Back in the 20s, honey, you wore them real tight Daisy Dukes and, you know, all this and stuff, and your boobs set up all pretty and all that and stuff. You know, when you 50 something, baby, them tight pants and stuff, no, mama, daddy, whoever, no, 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 no. You know, so yeah. Anyway, let's move forward, y'all. What time is it? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Here we go, right here. This is another Black history fact. Okay. An ex-slave was asked to return to his old master. He wrote back a letter requesting payment for his 52 years of unpaid labor. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, anyway, unpaid labor. Jordan Anderson's letter concluded with, if you fail to pay this for us, or if you fail to pay us for faithful laborers in the past, we can have little faith in your promise in the future. Real talk. Real talk. And it says it was in 1865, just months after the Civil War ended. If you really want to know how a person is, okay, all you got to do is look back. Just look back and see how they dealt with you or things in the past. And if they haven't made no reasonable move to change, then you know they're still the same way. The best behavior or the best apology is a changed behavior. Don't ask me to forgive you and then you ain't changed. I'll forgive you because God requires it. However, I may not trust you because you ain't showed me nothing. You ain't showed me nothing to trust. What is we trusting? The fact that you may do exactly what you did once before? Okay. Did y'all heard? Can y'all tell me what's going? Y'all, what is going on with Ray J? Ray J, y'all, something's really going on with Ray J. Ray J reminds me of a younger Kanye West. He's crashing. He is crashing out. He really is. Somebody needs to interject with him because Ray J's losing it. Somebody named Conte or something like that. Y'all can look on Tasha K as well as TMZ. He tried to get in the shower with this man, and he walking around in his little drawers and stuff, y'all. It's like these people are really crashing out in their mind. First, it was Little Nas X walking down the street in his drawers. Now it's Ray J walking around in his drawers and stuff, trying to hop in showers with men and stuff and everything. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Now, it could be, and this is my opinion, I'm not saying it is, but it could be that they know that they sold themselves. Okay, because y'all know that do go on. Let's not act like it don't. Okay, that they sold themselves and now they got to get ready to pay. Like when the hot one comes, he wants it paid in full. It's time to pay up. So they start to lose their mind because they know what the price was. See, fame was good. Fame was good when you was on top and you was getting all that money. You didn't care nothing about selling your soul. Okay, you ain't care nothing about selling your soul. But now that you can see the writing on the wall, it's getting closer and closer to the return. Now the enemy's like, you know what? I'm going to take y'all before he comes because you belong to me. Could be. I'm just throwing it out there, y'all. I ain't saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just throwing it out there, okay? So yeah. Souls, baby. Souls. Okay, so this is another one that was in my title, y'all. I want to know what y'all think. All right. And then I got one more, and then we add up here. I want to know what y'all think.
Explosive new book by President Trump's niece, Mary Trump. Several details already being reported tonight. And what ABC News has learned is in the book. Here's our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
She is the president's niece, the first member of his family to publicly turn against him. Mary Trump unloads in a new book the Trump family tried to stop. Too much and never enough. How my family created the world's most dangerous man.
Mr. President, any reaction to your niece's book? Any reaction to Mary Trump's book, sir?
Mary Trump describes the president's father, Fred Trump, as a high-functioning sociopath who short-circuited Donald's ability to develop and experience the entire spectrum of human emotion. Ms. Trump, a trained psychologist, claims the president's father perverted his son's perception of the world and damaged his ability to live in it. Donald is not simply weak, she writes. His ego is a fragile thing that must be bolstered every moment because he knows deep down he is nothing of what he claims to be. She adds, his cruelty serves in part as a means to distract both us and himself from the true extent of his failures. Mary Trump says the president's sister, retired Judge Mary Ann Trump Berry, told her in 2015 she didn't take her brother's presidential campaign seriously, saying, quote, he's a clown. The White House today is hitting back.
It's ridiculous, absurd allegations that have absolute no bearing in truth. Have yet to see the book, but it is a book of falsehoods.
Mary Trump, who is the daughter of the president's older brother, Fred Jr., sued the president and his siblings, claiming she was treated unfairly in her grandfather's will. The case was later settled. She has seen little of her uncle over the past 20 years, although she attended a dinner at the White House in early 2017. She acknowledges that the next year she gave details of Trump family finances, including tax records, to the New York Times.
And John, the White House tonight out with a new statement about Mary Trump's book.
The statement from a White House spokesperson accuses Mary Trump of writing the book for financial gain. Regarding the specifics of what she wrote, the statement says, quote, the president describes the relationship he had with his father as warm and said his father was very good to him. He said his father was loving and not at all hard on him as a child. That, David, the statement from a White House.
There lies, it could be a problem. He wasn't hard on you, he was hard on you, who knows? But I wanted to tell y'all, be looking out for that if it's not already out. Another shocking book that you all may look into, okay, is, I think her name is Dolores Jordan, Michael Jordan's sister, okay, Dolores Jordan. She wrote a book, y'all. I don't know if y'all have ever read it, but y'all can go look it up if they haven't banned that book. She wrote a book about what went on in their household. My God today, my God tomorrow, just my God. I was like, oh my goodness, it's a tell-all book. And Kimberly, girl, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they've banned it or whatever, y'all, but that's a good book. Y'all, let me see if I think it's My Father's House. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look it up. Yeah, there you go. Right here. Hold on. Let me get the name of it. Book. It might be his mother's name. Yeah, it could be his mother's name. Then if that's his mother's name, it's not the sister. Okay, I got the book, y'all. Okay. Yeah, it's the sister. Her name is Dolores E. Jordan. The book is called In My Family's Shadow. Yep. Yep. In My Family Shadow. That's the name of the book. It came out in 2001. Amazon has it. If you want the hardback copy, it's $39.95. I don't see. They might have another, version or whatever, but yeah. It says Dolores Jordan is the older sister of famed NBA superstar Michael Jordan and the second oldest of the 5 children born to James. Okay, so the mother's name is Dolores too. She was named after her mother. Okay. One of my grandmothers did that. Her name is one thing, and she named one of her daughters after her. I thought that was weird, but whatever. North Carolina native and a divorced mother of 3. She has resided in Pennsylvania for the past 13 years. In 1993, shortly before her father's murder and before divorcing her second husband, she embarked upon the journey to finally resolve past issues with the family and her painful struggles within. Writing became an outlet to her in an effort to stay sane during insane times, and thus this book was born. Okay, so again, it's called In My Family's Shadow. Okay, so that's a good book, y'all. I read it like when it first came out. It was a good book. It was a good book. Okay, so let's go here. We're going to show you Cleopatra, not Cleopatra Jones, which is my favorite. Her and Your Girl is my favorite black superheroes. Like when I was little, Cleopatra Jones and the other woman, what is her? She's real tall. She know martial arts, and she's real pretty, and she's dark skinned. She used to go, "Who love you, baby?" And all that and stuff, baby. So yeah. It's funny. You very seldom see dark skinned women in a positive light anymore. Like, that's why I think I fell in love with Wakanda, Black Panther, because the women on there were dark skinned. Like, they were really dark skinned women, and they did incredible things, especially Your Girl in the first one, who, what's her name? Was Chadwick? He went to go get her because his father had just passed and he was taking the throne and everything. Topanga, what is her name? I think her skin is so beautiful. I really do. And everything. So that was my stuff right there. Let me see. Here we go. And then the Woman Kingdom, baby. All them dark skinned women in there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm like, come on, sis. Come on, sisters. Yes. I will say this. I feel like those that got the power to make movies actually need to put more dark skinned women in the power of making a difference in the movie, and not in a negative light, but in a positive light. Because they usually show us getting, raped, being high and drunk and walking away from our kids and stuff. Like, we bear the brunt of that. And that's why so many people feel like when they see dark skinned women, ain't nothing to us because of what they see put before their eyes, But baby, let me tell you, all things chocolate over here. Okay, all things chocolate. That's why my nickname is Coco. Coco. Because all things chocolate, okay? All right. Lego.
Cleopatra wasn't white. Stop the nonsense. They gave you Elizabeth Taylor. But Cleopatra? She was African royalty, not British cosplay. Let's get this straight. Cleopatra ruled from Egypt, spoke Egyptian, and was deeply connected to Nubia. Even ancient historians said she had dark skin and African features. But Hollywood handed her a British accent and bleached the truth. Why? Because they couldn't stomach a brilliant, powerful black woman ruling the ancient world. She wasn't just a queen. She was a political savage, a linguist, and a symbol of black feminine power. But they erased that and gave us Cleopatra in pearls. Nah, we want the real crown back. Melanin included. Cleopatra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Black brothers, I love you. Yes, honey. Black sisters, I'm with you. Yeah. Come on. all my dark-skinned sisters, my sisters, period. But I'm just saying, because they want to change it, and we ain't changing nothing, okay? One more again.
Wasn't white. Stop the nonsense. They gave you Elizabeth Taylor, but Cleopatra? She was African royalty, not British cosplay. Let's get this straight. Cleopatra ruled from Egypt, spoke Egyptian, and was deeply connected to Nubia. Even ancient historians said she had dark skin and African features. But Hollywood handed her a British accent and bleached the truth. Why? Because they couldn't stomach a brilliant, powerful black woman ruling the ancient world. She wasn't just a queen. She was a political savage, a linguist, and a symbol of black feminine power. But they erased that and gave us Cleopatra in pearls. Nah, we want the real crown back. Melanin
Melanin and
included.
everything, right? Okay. Y'all do know. Y'all also know that. I don't know who this is texting me, but thank you. Y'all also know that in the Bible, that King Solomon seen a tribe coming through. King Solomon seen a tribe coming through, okay? And he had never seen, I think it was a camel or something like that. Something he had never, one of those elephant. I'm sorry, he had never seen an elephant, and he had asked them, "What is this marvelous creature?" And they explained to him, and he said, "And you are." She said, "I'm going to meet with your king, so run ahead and tell him that a queen is coming." Okay, I'm paraphrasing, y'all. Said, "Run ahead and tell him that a queen is coming." And he said, "I am him." She said, "No, you can't be," because of the way he was dressed at that time. So about time they got there, he had, showered or washed and got, presentable as a king should be, and was sitting on his throne when they walked in. And when they walked in, she saw that it was the man that met her on when she was on the road. That was the same guy. And he fell so in love with her look. He had never seen an exotic look like that. King Solomon fell in love with her look. Okay. Yeah. So she was queen of Sheba. And she was a Shulamite woman, and her name was Queen of Sheba. Okay. So that's written out in the Bible too. And Moses' wife, Moses, Sephora, I think it's her name is Sephora, she was black. And that's why his sister didn't like her. Okay. But God cursed his sister with I think it was leprosy. So yeah, Moses, he fell in love with Sephora, and she was black. Okay, so the history is filled with us. I know a lot of y'all don't know that and everything, and y'all just think, it's about our other brothers and sisters, the white brothers and sisters, but absolutely not. Most of that Bible is us. Now it has been whitewashed. I give you that. It has been whitewashed, okay? But most of the Bible is us, baby. We all through. Just like Adam. When it says Adam was created from the dust, the dirt, his skin was brown, and all this and stuff. Adam was black. I don't understand why people don't get that part, but whatever floats your boat, boo, and everything. So yeah, we tell the truth and not lie over here. Adam was black. So what y'all think he was? Okay. So again, there has been a lot of things that was removed, okay, from the Bible. Well, was removed from the original writings. Let me say it like that. I finally got me an Ethiopia Bible, and trust me, it's scary. Okay, that Bible's scary. It really is. Oh, it really is. I've been rechecking my life. I've been rechecking. Okay, God, am I doing this right? Am I saying this right? Do I need to repent for what? Whatever you say, because that Bible's scary, baby. Yes, yes. Okay. So, um, but I wanted it. I've always wanted, the writings of the Ethiopian Bible because I know that's the original. Um, and everything. Just like they only tell you about three heavens in the King James, which is the version that was rewritten, that what is his name? He wrote King James wrote the Bible. He took it from the other writing and put it in there the way that the Catholic people, come on, the Vatican, all right, that they approved of. Some things didn't make it, some things made it, but they was like, no. Okay, case in point, like when they say, you hear these preachers, some of these preachers say a woman is not supposed to. Zero. Hi, hon. Hey, boo. Yes, Kim. Yes, baby. Yes. Um, so you hear some of these preachers and they preach women shouldn't wear pants. Okay? Women are not supposed to wear pants. They're not supposed to wear anything pertaining to a man. Okay. I'm too smart for my own good because even as a child, because we Baptist Apostolic Pentecostal, okay, all of non, okay. So my question was, but Jesus wore dresses, or he wore a robe. However, they wore robes back then, and so did the women. So, it just didn't make sense then, and it don't make sense now. It really don't make sense now because I know too much. Okay, they have women stuff and they have men stuff. Okay. And I get that part. But to say that a woman shouldn't wear pants because men wear pants, no, when do men switch to pants? That's not a biblical thing because they didn't wear pants back in that day. So you can't make that. You see them, you see how some things we take and try to make doctrine out of it and try to make it stick and it just don't stick. Right. That's what I'm saying. JB pants didn't exist. That's why I'm like, okay, it sounds good. It sounds good, and everything. Like I like now, I know y'all gonna yell at me, but I like Geno Jennings. Okay. I like Geno Jennings because Geno Jennings ain't met nobody he ain't willing to go against. He stands on what he preach. Okay. And he does know Bible. He really does. So, some things I know I'm like, nah, Gino, baby. But then other things I'm like, you better walk at work, so I just like the guy. I really do. I like the guy. One, even though I feel like he's a little bit more harder on women than he is the men, he still jump on the men and tell them, hey, you got to take care of your family, get off your butt and get a job, blah, 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 which is something that a lot of preachers don't preach. They pass the, let me tell y'all something. True story. This guy, I know this guy, okay? This guy has gotten put out of everybody's home that he's been with. He even was married and his wife left him. You know why? He wouldn't work. He would get a job and quit. He don't want to work. Even his mother put him out because he wouldn't help her with the bills. And instead of his pastor sitting him down. See, what you're not going to do is see, because y'all know I was honored as a pastor. I was robed and everything in 2010. Okay. So that is written on my paperwork and everything. I am a pastor for real. Okay. What you won't do in my church building that God has put me over, is be over any organization and your life is rusty. Your life is slouchy. You don't take care of home. Why are you trying to take care of the house of God? That's no, we don't do that. You won't help your mama out, and that's where you stand. You won't pay no bills, but you want to stand up front and collect money. Don't touch the money. Don't touch nothing. You need to be sitting on that pew getting some words so it can change your life. That's the type of pastor I am. Okay, so y'all can just imagine. All right, I'm much laid back. Trust me on her than I am in real life, because when I mount that platform, I don't play. Gotta never hold me accountable for it. You can dislike me all you want. I don't care. I'm gonna still tell you what I know and what I learned and what he tells me to say. I'm gonna do that. If it offends you, it just offends you. because it offends me at times. I gotta take it. Shoot, who you? Like they say, come as you are, but you can't wear hats in the church if you're a man. I understand the hat. I understand because it goes back to uh, a woman is supposed to have a covering over her head, not a man. So I do get that. I do get that. I'm just different. I'm different, but I'm old school, but I'm different because I feel like a lot of things I understand why they're doing it, but you can't make it a biblical principle. You can't say like some things you cannot say. This is the word of God. You can't say that. You can say in our church, this is how we operate. And if you're going to be here, you're going to have to go by the standards that we have here. Okay. If not, there's a church on every corner, like it is a liquor store. Pick one that does what you want it to do. Because we're not changing here. This is our rules. This is what we believe in. This is the bylaws. And this is what we're going to stand on. Okay. Get it? Got it? Good. If not, again, boo, you will not hurt my feelings if you go down the street over there to Baptist Pentecostal Sanctuary of the Most High living in the Vatican under the boardwalk. We trust in Jesus Church. You won't hurt my feelings for none of that. Now go down there. Okay. So yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just weird. That's what I'm okay. I don't believe it, but I understand how you feel like it. I do. I feel like, and this is just me personally, okay, y'all. I ain't saying you got to agree with me, okay? My beliefs is when there are no rules or regulations, and I'm going to use Shaker. Shout out to Shaker. I'm going to use Shaker. You run amok. You run amok. In everything that is successful, you need rules and regulations or bylaws. If you can have them in the court system, you can have them in the church house. If you can have them in the Fortune 500 company, you can have it in the church house. If you can have them in the hospital, you can have it in the church house. I think everybody wants rules and regulations everywhere but church. And I don't get that. I don't get that. Because even the 10 Commandments is telling you how to live. Okay. It was given, for instructions on how to live. So that's bylaws. That's and people, they don't like it. And I just think that's just kind of different. It's kind of different, but to each his own. We'll see. Because we all got to go up out of here one day. So we'll see. But back to my point I was trying to make. They don't talk about, all you hear about is the sky. And all you hear about, is going beyond the sky. They never really talk about, which I am tomorrow. I'm going to give y'all the 10 heavens. Some of y'all already know it, so this will just be a confirmation. Some of y'all don't know it. This will be something that you'll learn. Okay. Why is it important? Because you need to know. It's a need to know thing. If you don't believe, you don't believe. That's cool. I ain't trying. What's up, D-Ham? I ain't trying to make you believe, And then let me see. I remember getting kicked out of a church once for asking too many questions. That's an unlearned church. That's the unlearned church. Let me tell you something. My youth that was in my church, baby, they used to run circles around some regular grown people that go to other churches. They run circles around there with the knowledge that they got of the Bible, because we used to have Bible study. What is Bible study? To break down the Bible. And I used to teach them Bible hermeneutics. What is Bible hermeneutics? It's phrases and stuff that you hear that's not necessary in the Bible. Just like case in point, I always give everybody this, so let me go on and give it out here. I always ask, how many wise men was it? And everybody always let me know it was 3. They always say, it's 3. Creole is 3. Pastor is 3. Prophet is a 3. Apostle is a 3. They tell me it's 3. And I mean, they stand on it. They, girl, it's 3. And I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. Because it said Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the 3 wise men. I'm like, were they sure? Because biblically, it does not tell you how many wise men it was. It says they brought 3 things: frankincense, myrrh, and gold. They probably thought you was being uncontrollable, that you was, trying to whatever. But all they had to do was just take the time to, see if you really, because there are some people, Zero, not that you were, but there are some people that come to church to interrupt the church, and everything, which is misfortunate. It's unfortunate, but they do. They don't really want to know. They just want to be seen and want to interrupt the church and all this and stuff. So you gotta be wise enough to understand. What I would have said, like if it's a regular service and you asked, I would say I would be happy to discuss that with you after the service. Or if you come on Tuesday nights when we have Bible study, bring your questions and we'll address them then. I would have just told you like that, if that wasn't good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you, boo. The church down the street on the corner, they might can answer them right now, but I'm not going to answer that right now if this is not Bible study, because I got to do what I'm set here to do. So, but but yeah, that's a lot of, and then y'all got to remember though, y'all, a lot of pastors went from, and I hate to say this, but y'all know I'm straight up no chase, okay? A lot of pastors came from pimping to pastoring. I'll let that sink in. Y'all get that one day. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm one of these, I'll present something and either the person believe it or they don't. It's not up to me. I'm supposed to say what I'm supposed to say and let the rest of it be where it is. And that's it. I learned that a long time ago. I actually been preaching. Let me see. I started preaching 27 years ago. Yep. I started preaching 27 years ago. Yep. And I started pastoring, like I said, April 26, 2010. That's when I started pastoring. Yep. And prophesying, I've been doing it all my life. The earliest I remember was 4 years old. So I've been doing it all my life. I was anointed and it's a service that go on when you walk into different levels. And I was done that way in 2009 as an apostle. So I got all the things. Trust me. I got all the things. I don't pay attention to it. I mean, I got the certificates and the honorees things, and I got about 20 to 30 bishops and ministers and prophets and pastors and stuff like that, that if I ever need, they'll stand up and say, no, she's the real deal. She's the real deal. Last but not least, I was telling my mother, I said, darkness knows light. And so one of my kids actually went to Louisiana, okay, New Orleans, okay, went down there. And every time I talk about my home place, my accent goes right back. Okay, so let me change it. Hold on. Okay, anyway, so her and some friends of hers went down. I forgot what street she told me it was on, but they seen this place, and she wanted to go in and get her fortune read. She wanted to go in and get her hand read and all this. And so her friends didn't want to because they were scared, but they all made a pact that they would go. So they go in, and this woman's like, okay, who am I gonna, who's my customer? I'm paraphrasing that part. Who's my customer, whatever. And she said, me. She said, they just here as a backup for me. And so she goes to sit down, and she gives the woman her hand, because the woman said, give me your hand. And she gives the woman her hand and everything. And she said something to her. And then she stopped and she looked at my daughter and she said, and she did something. She looked at my daughter again. She grabbed her hand. She said, your mother has sight. She can see. Your mother's the real deal. And my daughter said, yeah, I know, and started laughing. She said, no, I don't think you understand. your mother is the real deal. She said, I can't even get past this without telling you that. Is that not only does she see, she hear too. So she couldn't wait to call me. She said, Mama. I said, what? She said, I went to blah, 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 and this woman stopped. And she's like, your mama's the real deal. Blah. I said, I told you. I said, honey, light knows dark. Don't get it twisted. Light knows dark. So, yeah, I just don't try to come out here and prove who I am. For what? God knows me. And that's all that matters to me, for real. Whether you believe me or not, could care less. I can care less than less. And that's the truth. I don't care. Because this is what I said. It's best to know me and not need me than to need me and not know me, because there's going to come a time where people are going to want to hear from me what's going to happen. How do I navigate this? Can you tell me blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I am one, if God don't tell me to say nothing, I don't say nothing. I don't care who pays what. I'm not a psychic. I'm a prophet. I stand on that. It's a big difference, a very big difference. Right. I get you, Zero Boo. I get you. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell y'all. And we're gonna do the heavens tomorrow, y'all. It's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you. It's gonna be interesting. Those of you all who's into that type of stuff. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. Now, they will be coming back, finishing my steps, because my steps aren't finished. I told y'all they had to knock down all the old steps, and they created me brand new steps and all of that. I have to go tomorrow and get my front tire plugged, because I can't afford to buy no tire right now. I ain't even going to front with y'all. My tire is $285. Ain't got it. Won't have it. Thank you. So, I have to go and get my tire plugged, and to get it plugged is only $15. Now I got that. Let's go. Let's go. And once I do that, then I'll be back home, and then we'll do that. But we will discuss the different heavens tomorrow. And I think y'all like it though. I do. I think y'all like it. And it's just something I want to teach. Plus, some of my old butterflies that's been with me for a while has been kind of letting me know that they miss me teaching on the Bible or things that are spiritual and, about angels and heaven and all of this and stuff. They miss that. So I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of that with everything else that I do. Okay. So I gotta do my peoples. Okay. Shout out to BT Hill. My peoples, I got to be with y'all and give you what you want, and everything. I didn't do a goal today. I actually forgot about it, y'all. I really did. I didn't do a goal today, but if you all want to cash out me for the coffee fund, y'all know I do coffee, so y'all want to cash out me for the coffee fund. My boo right here, JB, has put it on the screen. I appreciate him so much. And let me tell y'all, unless you tell me not to, anybody who donates any type of money to me, I actually pray over it. I do. Because if you sow into me, I feel like I ask God to grant you back plus. Okay. That's why I tell y'all, watch where you put your money. Because believe it or not, where you put your money at, it can be the difference between being blessed and cursed. If there's a person that's cursed and you sow your seed, if you reap it, it's going to be a curse. You got to watch where you put your, especially nowadays, you got to watch where you put your funds. You just do. And if there's a person that God has cursed, he's not going to bless it. Unless he go outside of you sowing with that person. And, and he see your heart and be like, my poor child, but yeah, be very careful where you put your money. Even with some of these stores that you go to, be careful where you sow your seed. I'm so serious, because some of these stores, the owners, the creators of these stores are devil worshipers. So every time you spend your money there, you strengthening the hands of the evil one. Okay. Every time. And a lot of people don't know that. They just think, oh, ain't nothing to it, and blah, blah, blah. You're going to be really, really surprised how much everything means. You really are. You're going to be surprised. Everything is a yin and a yang, cause and effect. Okay? Everything. Cause and effect, yin, yang, whatever you want to say. A lot of times, a lot of people don't have the financial stuff that they need is because they're cursed. For one way or another, you either cursed because of something you did or said, and you need to get that off of you. Are you putting your money in some place it shouldn't be? Or you're around people who are cursed, and God's like, I'm not going to bless you till you leave these people alone. Once you walk away from them, then I got all of this for you. But yeah, it just depends. Only you know. Only you know. You know. It is what it is. Even some churches is cursed. Some churches got Ichabod at the top of it, and y'all don't even know it. It's spiritually written. Jesus is not here. Ichabod. And y'all still sowing your seed, and you going around the church, you're touching the pan, and you're, oh, I'm giving my this and giving my that, and I'm giving my this, and nothing's coming back, and you wondering why. Because God has cursed the church. Not the whole church as a body, but maybe the church that you're doing that with, maybe that church has a curse on it. Let me tell you something. 2 things, and then I'm out of here. I keep saying that, but 2 things. I know a lot of y'all don't like this man. I don't know if he's changed or not. I can only tell you what me and my late husband's history is. Now, we are givers. We are sowers. Okay? We are. We just, it just is what it is. But there were 2 churches. I knew that if we got money into that church, our harvest will come. Like within a 24-hour period. Like it will just boom. Okay? One church, and this is the church I'm going to talk about, is called World Harvest. Okay? It's, what is his name? World Harvest. What is his name? Hold on. Rod Parsley. There you go. Rod Parsley. What's up, Catherine? Now, Rod Parsley, what I'm about to say too is to my apostolic Pentecostal people that understand, okay? Now, I ain't even gonna tell y'all that because I don't feel like fighting y'all with my truth. So I'm not gonna tell y'all that. Let me go back to the money situation. So anytime my husband and I back was up against the wall financially, we needed something to happen like expeditiously, we would get a seed to World Harvest. We would sow a seed into World Harvest within a 24-hour period. This is no lie. Whatever we was believing for, it boom, manifest. Just like it. Always. Now, I haven't sold into him lately. I'm just telling you about how when me and my late husband used to do it. We did this for years, okay? So some churches really got the blessings of God on it, okay? Some churches do. Then you got some churches that don't. And I'm just real to tell you that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all every church. No, some churches do, some churches don't. I feel you. But yeah, so I knew something came out last year about Rob Parsley, how he, talked to his people in the office bad, and you know what, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm a mod for the official King Jibes. Shout out to official King Jibes. I'm a mod for him. I'm a firm believer. The way you judge others, that you shall be judged the same way. And I paraphrase that for a reason. And I don't ever want to be one of those women. Y'all remember Miss what was her name? On Kenan Williamson's show. Don't say nothing about Miss Jenkins. She knew everybody's business. She told everything about. I don't ever, never want to be that older woman that do that. Ever be a busybody in other men's business, other people's business. I don't want that on my life. I don't want that attached to me. None of them above. And because I tell everybody this, and if you never get anything else, get this. MH down there, cheap, that lady in your prayer. I think that she is still in. Who? Keep pulling my prayer book. Well, we got to remember that the church is a hospital, okay? The church is a hospital. And if you know anything about a hospital, you got patients, you got workers, you got candy stripers, you got cheaper staff, you got CFO, chief of finances, you got the laboratory, you got the radiology department, you got everything in the hospital. You got the people who take you, they come and get you for surgery, roll you around in your bed, chair. You got all of that. So in the natural, so in the spiritual. The church is a hospital. Not only the well goes there, but the sick and the very sick. Okay? So if you go and focus on why you're there and get what you need, it's all good. The problem comes when you go and meddle in everybody else's business while they coming. You know, some churches you can't even get me to step a foot in. And it's not because I think I'm better than that, but I know God. And I know when God's there and when he's not. Some people, it's a business. They're just worried about the finances of it all. You know, yeah, it's you know, like I said, it's a hospital. Trying to help get out. Okay, the mentally ill person. Okay, yeah. I told Jabstein that he needed to leave it alone because that lady was mentally ill. It pays to see in the spirit. That lady was mentally ill. She's mentally ill then. She's mentally ill now, allegedly. So I wasn't touching that with a 10-foot pole at all. No matter what. See, here's the thing I don't like. It's okay not to like somebody, but you got to be objective. You got to be able to see. I can still not like you, but if you told the truth, you told the truth. And that's how I be. Like, okay, I could say something about JB. I could say, you know, JB, you lied about that, bro. You know, you lied about that. And then I could see him somewhere else and JB can be talking and he could say, yeah, because Pepsi, it comes in a blue can and Coke comes in a red. And I'd be like, JB's right. And people say, I thought you called him a liar. Just because he was a liar on one thing don't mean he's lying about this. And if I know he's telling the truth, I'm going to stand with him and say, no, he's telling the truth. But what happens is I see this a lot on YouTube. People not like you for one thing, and then everything you do is wrong. Everything you do, you lied. Everything you, and that's weird. That's just weird to me. But that's just my opinion. Who am I? You know? Released from the jail, and then was it me? Yeah, she's in a. From what he said, she went. They took her to. She was supposed to have been on medication anyway. You got to be careful when you jump in other men's matters. I keep saying that. A lot of y'all pick up spirits because you jump in other people's business. You ain't got no business in it. You just don't. It's weird. You know. Shout out to my bestie on here, the real life with Anthony McNeil and Apollo. hopefully me and him gonna come together and do a Katrina part 2. He's gonna help me with some things. And man, I love my friend. I really do. Um, and everything. So let me see. Yeah, I don't rock like that. I'm honest about what was said. How you assess my opinion about it is another story. That's true. It is very much true. Y'all ever been craving something, but whatever you craving, you know you don't have it, and then you like you don't know what it is, but you craving? I'm craving something and I don't know what it is, y'all. I have no idea what it is that I'm craving. Real talk. I don't know what it is. But I got this thing, I'm craving something. Yeah, I talked about that the other day. Yep, that's what my live was about when it said Katrina. Yeah. Because I came on at a different time and I wanted Lady Nico to come over here and drop down because I know she's in New Orleans and she has a story, and I know my nephew Ken Nola, he really got a story. I don't think Ken can talk about it yet for real without tearing up and stuff. So it's real, and everything. So yeah, yep. Yep, yep. I just try not to mess with people, honey, in their life like it. Seriously, people. And some people, I ain't even trying to be funny. Some people I don't even pray for at all. You are so correct. I don't go to in too many places on here anymore because people run in cliques, and if one don't like you, they convince the other person not to like you. That is very childish to me. You better come on, Kim B. You like me, boo. A whole lot of people I don't support no more. Like I can always tell when somebody has turned on me and want to eventually they want to attack me or start arguing with me. And when I feel that spirit, I back up because I'm not gonna be on here arguing and cussing nobody out at all. I don't care that much. It just is what I don't care that much. Seriously. So when people say, such and such was on their panel and they cussed you out, they called you out these names and stuff and everything, I'm like, oh, okay. It'll still be Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't care. Um, it just is what it is. I'm too mature for that. I am. And the more that I'm getting back into my spirituality because of some things that I'm gonna be doing, and I'm coming away from a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of people I didn't listen to in the beginning, so now bother me not to listen to them now. Some things I hear and I just shake my head. Actually, to be honest, because I used to be a therapist, when I go, I listen to some people just to see if I could still diagnose in my head, like straight off the bat, what's going on with these people. If they just bet doo crazy, or is they having an episode, and I'll be sitting there like, wow, and people like this. Okay, what's up, you Tanya Boo? Yeah, yep, yeah, right. Yeah, what am I craving? Am I craving chicken wings and I ain't got none? I think I'm craving chicken wings. I want some fresh fried chicken wings with some hot sauce on the side. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Ain't no place open and I don't feel like driving. It's dark here. It's dark 30 here, so I ain't gonna go out here. I feel the same way you feel, Creole. I can feel that demon spirit, but they write it. Okay, yeah. And some content creators I can't support like I used to because they're waiting on one thing so they can Creole blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that was weird, but all right, boo. Okay, you got it. You won. My fault. I was wrong. You was right. I'm sorry. Smooches. And I'll just be there because it don't matter. I don't care. Okay. I have a big bottle that says I don't care sitting right next to me. You know? So yeah, but anyway, y'all. So I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out of here. Like I always tell y'all, guard your gates, your eyes, your ears, your nose, the top of your head, guard all of your gates, y'all. Be careful what you intake. I can only tell you that so much. Pray all things. Okay, pray all things. Even before you go to sleep, before you go out, pray all things. Okay. I will be on tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the heavens, and I'm gonna give y'all a little bit on what's on each heaven, and we're gonna go from there. Okay. But I will say this as well. Um, as I always tell you guys, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Tanya, I'm gonna go back over here and see because my email wasn't working, so I wasn't ignoring you, baby. My email wasn't working. I'm gonna go back over here and see what you wrote, and I'm gonna respond. Okay. And like I tell you guys, no matter what the test, always, always, always do your best. Okay. I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Smooches.